Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Friends Forever podcast. I'm Kenneth Ryan.
I'm Lindsay Resop.
I'm Abby.
And I'm Bethany.
You guys didn't do your last name.
Which is
No,
fine.
Abby
Weird.
did.
No, it's cool.
It's fine.
I'm just so used to introducing myself by my full name so that the serial murderers on the internet can find me.
Yeah.
But welcome back to the Friends Forever podcast. We are same place as we always are, usually.
Do they know that?
They don't know anything because they get to look at Abby's beautiful drawings of our faces. But hey, how's it been? It's been 2 weeks since we talked about the new year. And
Same me.
New Year, same me. And, you know, a lot of cool things have happened. I like to start all of these episodes with let's talk about our life. I went to a convention recently, a college theater convention, the KCACTF, or like Kennedy Center American College Theater Festival, I think is what it stands for. So I got to go to that, which was held in Indianapolis this year, which, by the way, if you've never been, you should go. It's a beautiful city. And I had a really good time. I literally got to just enjoy, like, free theatrical performances and get to, like, ooh, Skype is going off. So I'm going to mute that.
Ignore it.
But yeah, I got to enjoy free performances done by colleges whose shows were chosen to go there. And I got to watch, like, a bunch of monologues and scenes because I was part of the Irene Ryan crowd. If you don't know what that is, look it up, basically. But yeah, so that's what I did. I haven't done anything else exciting since KCACTF, so... Anyone want to go next? Any updates, life-wise?
I got a haircut. You'll see that on Fanfiction Friday. Yay.
In literally 2 weeks. Or 3 weeks, I think.
Huh.
I don't think we're recording an episode... Like, the episodes we record with your haircut won't be up for another 3 weeks.
Oh, yeah, true.
This will come out first. So
that happened. Look forward to it.
it's cute. It's real cute.
I don't think anything else happened. I work.
Oh boy.
I visited Bethany. That was it.
Anyone else do anything cool that you want to share with the
Well,
internet?
we're going to talk about what we did cool later.
I mean, that can be our segue, because I don't think...
Abby, have anything? What did Abby do? Abby
Went
shaking
back
her
to
head.
school.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, same.
Oh boy. Getting that education.
Okay, but yeah, like I mentioned, went to visit Bethany because we went to go see Hamilton in Chicago. That was fun.
So
It was
amazing.
great.
It was so good.
We had Wayne Brady as our Aaron Burr, and it was
He was
great.
so good. He was also so good. And The Room Where It Happens was amazing. Like, that was my favorite song that he did, because he did it so well. Oh,
The one, what's it called? Wait
Wait for it.
That one was good
That
too.
was good too, yeah.
And like the lighting and things, it was all really
The lighting was amazing. I, loved Hamilton, so much. Just, the soundtrack. I was super into it.
We had, seats way up in the balcony, the
Yeah.
highest row of it, and we were pretty far to the back. But it was pretty close, actually.
Yeah.
It's very vertically
Yeah,
built.
the theater's, very super vertical, so it's, even if you're in the balcony, you're just high up, you're not necessarily far away from the stage. So, yeah, we still had good views.
And there was, it was obstructed seating, so there was, a pole in the way. But you
It
just
didn't-
leaned slightly to
It was
the right.
just, the very, front left corner of the stage, and if anybody was up there, yeah, you just, leaned your head a teeny bit, it was fine. But, yeah, I'd, listened to the soundtrack so many times, and then when I found out it was coming to Chicago, I lost my mind, and then I bought tickets, and I was so excited, and I was kind of worried, because it's, basically, the entire musical is the, soundtrack. There really isn't anything.
There's no dialogue.
Very, very, yeah.
There's a little, but most of it's in the...
It's in the soundtrack. But it was still just, it was, because, it wasn't the original Broadway cast singing it, so it was different people singing it, but it was so good, and, the lighting
A lot
was
of
really
them
cool.
sounded really similar, though. They picked a lot of good people for those roles. And what was I
King
gonna
George
say?
was
Yeah, that's
amazing.
what I was gonna mention.
He was so good.
He was great.
He was, different enough that it wasn't he was just, trying to imitate Jonathan Groff. Oh, my God. But he was still very similar in, all the King George kind of things, and, it was adorable. He was so
kind
good.
of a nice contrast to the rest of the musical of how still he was like the entire time,
Yeah.
except for like
Yeah.
small parts where he'd like
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, because they can see you do a little shuffle.
you just I don't know.
That's true. I didn't think about because like everybody like
The first time he was just standing there in one pose for like
I didn't move.
into the first like however long of the song until he
Mhm.
got towards the end where he did like some
He-
bobbing and a little.
he just like moved his shoulders a little bit basically, but yeah, because like because the show is on a circular stage, like a rotating circular stage, but also
there is the entire stage, but there is like a circular thing in the middle that does rotate.
and it has like multiple things, like it's
Two.
concentric circles, so it's like the
Coincentric.
yeah, that's a word.
Isn't it just concentric?
Concentric. Maybe.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
like,
there's
that's true. Everything's kind of
circle and there's
moving.
the ring around it.
Almost the entire time. Like things are always moving and always changing and stuff, and that's true. When
They
he
used
came
it
out,
really well though.
he was just like standing there.
So was it done in the round then?
No.
Or was it a
the
proscenium?
stage.
It was just a stage.
I'm
that
using
had a-
technical theater terms, which you might not be familiar with. Oh boy. So like, did it thrust
No.
out into the audience at all?
No.
No. So it
It's the
okay.
stage.
So they had
It
a
was just a
rotating stage in a proscenium setup. Okay, cool.
God,
Yeah,
it's
That
so-
helps me.
It's just the stage, and there's a circle in it that rotates, and
Right,
there's a circle
okay, yeah.
inside the circle that rotates.
And they had a second layer like thing.
They
too,
had a-
like
scaffolding type thing. Not really. That's not the right word. Balcony.
Mm-hmm.
and
Okay.
those moved.
There were
too,
stairs up to a second
which was
level
also like
that was
another
around the
moving
outside.
piece because like they moved.
They would
those
roll
around
them out,
sometimes.
and then
Yeah, it's really good.
I support it. Hamilton, the American musical or an American musical. I forget what the
It's an
subheading is.
American musical.
That's everyone's fucking heard of Hamilton. Like I'm not gonna be like, oh, it's such a.
when I came back, I was like, I was down. I was so much driving, and Laura's like, where were you? And I'm like, I was.
Laura
in
didn't know.
I was in no one knew. I was in Chicago.
I love you.
I left when she was like
Chicago.
sitting on the couch upstairs or something.
And
I
you
don't
weren't
know.
like, "Hey, I'm going to Chicago."
No, I just left.
Oh my
But
God.
so I came back and I'm like, oh yeah, I was down with Bethany in Chicago. We went to see Hamilton. She's like, who's Hamilton? I'm like, the musical, Laura.
Ugh.
Hamilton.
The musical.
Oh, that
my
hurts me a
God.
little bit.
Who's
As
Hamilton?
And she was like, oh. I was like,
as someone who is going to school for a bachelor's of the fine arts in theatrical management promotions, but like still theatrical stuff, that hurts my soul a little
Ugh.
bit. However, I do love how all of you guys are like me and into musicals
Mhm.
and
We-
plays.
When we posted that thing on Facebook that we went to Hamilton, so many people were commenting on it like, "Oh my gosh!" That was one of your relatives was like, "What?"
that
Or
was
something.
Amy. That's Jay's daughter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Hamilton's
Yeah,
a
one of his daughters.
huge deal. It was sold out it's still sold out for a long, long time.
Mhm. The Chicago one is all sold out too.
And they're not
They
yeah.
extended it till like September, whatever you
September, I
said.
think again, yeah. And I don't know if that sold. I would be surprised if it didn't sell out. Honestly, like me and Lindsay were there on a Wednesday, and every single seat was filled. We were in obstructed view balcony seating, and every single seat was
yeah,
full.
that doesn't surprise me though, because Hamilton is probably one of the biggest musicals to hit Broadway or American theater
It's like
in like
it's
in a very,
unique,
very long
'cause-
time.
yeah, it's a phenomenon. Like,
So-
honestly,
So I'm gonna play good old devil's advocate and see what you think about this. I'm not gonna name names, but there are some people that I know in my life who have told me that they don't classify Hamilton as a musical because they don't sing, they rap.
they
Good
do
thing.
sing. They
I
sing
know,
a
but
lot.
there's more rapping than singing, so they don't consider it a musical. And I want to know if you agree with that, because I think
Okay,
No.
first
because
of
rap is a
all-
form of music in my
Yeah.
mind. So I'm like,
Yes.
it's a musical. Basically,
Yeah, music isn't just vocal singing. Music can be there's always music playing instrumentally, like throughout the entire thing. You're
Right.
telling me instrument isn't music, and also like
I'm just curious to see what you think, because
also like I feel like I'm
I
making
think that's
snap
stupid.
judgments right now, but I feel like people who say that are also elitist pricks. Sorry, whoever they were.
oh
But
no, you're,
honestly,
I can tell you names later.
Okay.
But no, it's really funny.
the people who say like, "Oh, Hamilton isn't a real musical," are usually like people who are like stuck in their old-minded ways of, "Oh, it's something different." and-
musical was Singing in the Rain, or What's the one that our high school did that I watched and it wasn't that great? The Sound of Music. That's the only musicals.
Yeah, it's just like
Oh, that bothers me a little bit.
Bugs me when people think that like, oh, I just don't really like Hamilton. I don't see what all the hype is about. It's like, okay, like you can not like it. Like you're entitled to your opinion, but you have to respect like Abby's going to sleep over here.
Yeah. Hey, you might not hear a whole lot of her. She's struggling hard.
But you have to respect like how much it's like what a huge impact it's had on like just musical.
Right. Like,
hey, people now know 3 years that things happened in American history.
Yeah, I now know the
Amazing.
Battle of Yorktown, 1781.
You're gonna get us counted, AD. You sound too much like the soundtrack.
Oh,
I
God,
sound just
You
like
sound just...
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
You do.
You're right.
Isn't that the ensemble?
Yeah, it is.
That's the ensemble.
singer.
But,
I still don't sound like the ensemble.
So,
even.
I'm gonna segue off of your point of
Yes.
like, ooh, it's something new, because that totally goes along with my view of what theater is and what theater should be. I'm like, as a theater major, I'm going to use this as my elitist opportunity to talk about what I think theater should be. And a big part of it to me is I think that it should be progressive. I'm always supportive of like new ideas. There's quite a few very modern plays that are very, very good, and they like try a lot of new things, and I'm very into that. And like, one of the shows that I saw at KCACTF was a show called 26 Pebbles. It was about the Sandy Hook shooting. And
It was a musical?
no.
Oh,
It was a
okay.
play. It was a monologue show,
How
actually.
do you do that?
So it's a monologue show, and by that they took actual words that people who were interviewed from Sandy Hook said and put it in a show and had actors basically saying what these people said. Fun fact, monologue shows are incredibly difficult to watch because you get bored very quickly when only one person talks and then it segues to another person talking and there's really no dialogue.
And is it like not
But-
really a plot either?
No, there was
Kind of
the plot. It was the retelling of everything that happened in Sandy Hook before, during, and after.
Oh.
And
But it's just people standing there talking, right? There's not...
right. But it was a very interesting show technically, and maybe it was just the school that did its approach. But like one of my favorite aspects of what they did is like the set was made out of chalk, like a chalkboard, and like there were chalkboards on the side, and like you could tell when you entered a new part of the play because they would write like the theme of that part on the chalkboard, like at some point when they were talking about the shooter, they were like the monster, which I, was like, okay, cool, like whatever. I don't know where I was going with that train of thought, but like what at the very beginning when like the lead actress was describing the town of Sandy Hook, like she was drawing like a map of Sandy Hook on the set that was just a chalkboard. And I thought that was really innovative, and I thought that was really unique because I've never seen a set where like all you have is this chalkboard stage, and like they just drew the set.
Like the floor was a chalkboard?
The
Yes,
floor they were
they
walking
said.
on was a chalkboard, and she took a piece of chalk and she like drew like, this is Main Street, here's where the post office
Oh, that's
is.
cool.
It was really, really unique, and I was like, oh, that's innovative. That's like what theater is about. Like this play
Did she
itself.
like kneel on the ground and draw it?
Yeah,
Or
like
did
she
have it on a stick or
like
something?
as she was talking, she was like kneeling down and drawing like the map of not Sandy Hook, Newport or Newtown,
Something like
that. But like she drew it, and I was like, this is really innovative. Like this is cool. So like I guess my point is theater, I think, is a very innovative, forward-moving thing. It doesn't necessarily have to be like innovative script-wise, but like even just little things like that are very interesting. And
Yeah.
like Hamilton, in terms of its content, less so than its technical side of things, but in terms of like
That's a hip hop musical
Yeah,
about
like,
one
that's
of
very
America's
progressive.
founding fathers.
that's something new. And I'm pretty sure Lin-Manuel Miranda was like, yeah, like I wanted to tell the story of America
He read a book.
using what
Yeah, he talks
is
about how,
modern
like,
now. Like that's why there's so many minorities in it.
he was like saying that like the the American Revolution was like one of the like the most, or like he thought hip hop music would be one of the best ways to describe the American Revolution, because it was such a like hip hop is like so associated with like rebellion and like that kind of thing that he thought it just would fit really well.
And it did.
It did.
It really did.
It really worked.
I want to see it live, but it's sold out into forever, so we'll see.
I mean,
I'll settle for a bootleg Broadway recording.
I'm pretty sure they will extend it in Chicago again. You just have to buy it when they announce that they're extending
Oh boy,
it.
but do I have the money is the real question.
Probably not.
Because we making that YouTube bank.
Yeah, it was
for obstructive view seats in the balcony. That was the cheapest possible seat. That's after like it was like $60 and then like $17 of the fees and crap. So
that's a lot.
It was
good. Definitely worth it, probably.
Yeah. And then coming back and that one lady on the train.
Fun fact, my dudes. One of the best parts of having a job where you work at a professional theater is you get to, like, if you get put on the show call for Broadway shows, you can watch them. So I got to see one of my favorite musicals, Mamma Mia, for free this past semester.
Oh, nice.
I was all about it. Number one, because I love ABBA, so I know all, like, a ton of the songs. And number two, like, it's just a really fun musical. Mm-hmm. And it's like it was a really good time to just be like, yes, I'm feeling it. And like all of the actors in that show were some of the nicest people I've ever met. I was doing a quick change for one of the leads in the show. Like, if you know anything about it, they change into like these like funky 70s outfits. If you've seen the movie, it's like the movie at the end where they're doing the concert during the credits and they're all in those outfits. So I was changing him into that. And like, as I was changing him, he turned around, shook my hand with his sweaty ass disgusting hand. Was like, thank you so much for what you're doing. I was like, oh, okay, but I need to get this on you, dude. It was, oh god, it's such a good time.
It is fun. Yeah. I mean, I've never seen the musical, I've just seen the movie.
Oh god,
ABBA music is amazing.
It was a good time. That was the most recent musical that I've had the pleasure of seeing.
I want to see Lion King again. Lion King is really good.
Lion King is a good musical. Yeah.
You know, not everything has to come from Broadway to be good.
Yeah, but I just know I'm not into niche theater, so I don't know.
What's the show you're doing now? Because someone in Hamilton, one of their previous credits was from that.
Did they say what
Broadway,
character they played?
Yes.
Do you recognize the name? Do you remember the name?
I don't know. Where'd I put that book?
So I guess this is a convenient segue while Lindsay looks for the playbill for me to talk about the current musical that I'm working on. I am currently an assistant stage manager for the musical that my school is putting on, the 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee, which is...
I put it in here.
This show's very interesting because, in my opinion, it's very fun, but it also has very serious moments. There's literally a song that like talks about depression, and it's one of the most beautiful songs from the show. But at the same time, there's really, really dumb songs. And because the show is a spelling bee, all of the character growth, in my opinion, happens while the characters are singing. Because when they're not singing, literally the dialogue is, your word is, can you use it in a sentence?
Oh, it doesn't
funny.
say who they were.
But it's a really good show. I'm probably going to share it for sure to my personal Facebook. I might share it to RKRM. So if you happen to live in the area of Wisconsin, Illinois, or whatever, around Whitewater, I don't care telling about where I go to school because whatever. But if you happen to live in that area, the Theater Dance Department is putting on the 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee. It'll be going from February 23rd to the 28th, which I believe is the last day of the month. Most of the shows start at 7:30. There is a matinee show on the Sunday, which starts at 2, and then there is a high school matinee on the Tuesday, which only the high schoolers who got invited can go to, so sorry. So the last show for general public admittance will be Monday. But the show's coming along, and it's really, really cool doing a show from the stage manager side of things, because I've never done it before. And it's really interesting, all the things I'm learning, like the stage manager of the show, she had me do a rehearsal report pretty recently, which was very interesting, because I got to fill that out. And like having a really thick prompt book that has the script, it has emergency contact information, that has a schedule of everything we're doing is it's very interesting. Also, the fact that I got to know the cast 2 weeks before the cast got to know the cast was awesome, because I could be like, oh, I know that you made it, but I can't tell you made it. So watching you stress about it is funny to me.
Oh my God.
because I know that you did it, but I can't tell you, and you're like looking at me like, please give me a hint, and I'm like, I can't tell you, my dude.
I wish I could have seen you in Sleepy Hollow. It would have been really cool to see you.
Yeah, I kind of wish you could have seen me in Sleepy Hollow, because I got an Irene Ryan nomination, which I found out in the professional world doesn't really mean jack shit.
Well, yeah.
But it's really cool to get, like, a nomination for doing something in college. You're like, oh, I did well enough to be nominated? Cool.
I got a Tommy
But
Award
yes, it doesn't say who he
in high
was.
school for best or for outstanding stage manager.
Oh, boy.
It doesn't say who he was, but it
Kicking
was
ass.
Miguel Cervantes or whatever, and the one
got
guy
this
behind us
thing.
seemed really impressed that he was in this musical.
And why?
Did you hear that one guy who was
No.
behind us who was like, "Oh, it's Miguel Cervantes is in this thing," and I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "Who is it? Are we supposed to know who this guy is?"
He must be a big name actor, then,
he does.
obviously.
He was in blah 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 Dallas native Emerson College grad.
They had a lot of
If then
interesting,
American Idiot, 25th annual Putnam Comedy
like,
Spelling Bee
credits.
off Broadway.
Like, one person was like a regular in a TV series.
Oh, he's in TV.
Sarah Michelle Gellar?
Madam Secretary, Person of Interest,
Do you-
Brain Dead, Blacklist, and Royal Pains.
Oh, God, do you
is what
guys
he's
know
on
how
TV,
much
I
money...
guess. Oh, wait.
boy.
What?
Do you guys know how much money I would spend to see Sarah Michelle Gellar in a live theatrical production? I love her so much. I would spend a ton of money just to work on a show with her, truthfully. She's one of my dream people that I would love to work with, but that has nothing to do with musical theater.
You just
What I found interesting-
get a lead in another show, and then I'll come up and see you. I'll come up from
Well,
Chicago and see you.
that's fine. Likelihood of me getting another lead is, I don't
Were
know.
you a lead in that?
Yeah, I was Ichabod Crane.
Okay.
He
I was the
lead.
lead of
Okay.
Sleepy Hollow, which sounds so pretentious, but like I was the character that the story revolves around.
Yeah, that makes me sad I didn't see.
I'm kind of sad that you didn't see A Midsummer Night's Dream, where I played literally every role except
Yeah.
for Theseus
But I've
and
already seen you
Hippolyta.
guys in that, so it's like...
Okay, but this is college level.
I was gonna go see you at like everyone, but I never did.
Which is fine. Really, it's
I was
fine.
doing nothing.
I kissed boys in that show. And girls. Ugh. It was a good time. Yeah, we're gonna see. If you're interested, I'm for sure going to be assistant directing a show next year.
I mean, I guess.
I-
It's more fun to see you perform.
Right, I know, but like I'm really proud of all the backstage stuff I've succeeded in too. So
Yeah,
like I want
no.
people to like go. Like my mom's coming to Putnam, and I was like, please come. This is very important to me. I know I'm gonna be backstage.
You want to put
but,
her
like-
in as the one of the people who spell things, right?
Oh yeah, I want her to volunteer. So if you don't know Putnam, they have all the scripted actor spellers, but they also pull up audience volunteers to do spelling, and I want my
Oh,
mom
that's
to do
my
it so
nightmare.
bad.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's not bad at all. Like literally, it's scripted. The audience volunteers will never win. They will be given very, very, very difficult words
Oh,
to spell.
okay.
Eventually.
Like super big scientific words with like over 20 letters. Like they literally have like you need to get them out at this point. If they keep getting words right, use this one. And if they get it right, use this one. And
Okay.
like it's really funny, but like they're not gonna win. You literally sit up there as a volunteer and you spell when you're called up to spell, and they'll make funny comments about you and like whatever.
that seems bad. I don't know.
Oh, it's pretty funny. Like, there's stuff like, oh, so-and-so got kicked out of Girl Scouts for letting the boys eat all their cookies. Or, like, if the person is bald, I just remember this from the script, they're like, oh, so-and-so is recovering from a case of head lice. And it's just, like, silly little comments poking fun at their appearance or whatever. Which is whatever. But I was like, yeah, Mom, you should do this because I know how nervous you would be and it'd be funny to me. So it's a good time.
Speaking of musicals, Abby didn't talk about hers, but she saw one like yesterday.
Yeah.
Yes.
I went with the local high school with my sister to see Phantom of the Opera at a local, on the U.S. tour. Yeah, it's pretty good.
That's not gonna be your only comment about it, Abby. It's pretty good. Pretty good.
It was like, okay, like, I don't know, as a musical aficionado, I was just, like, not super impressed by, like, the, you know, demonstration of, like, the operatic qualities of their voice. And, like, as someone who, like, plays clarinet, like, I didn't appreciate the clarinet in the, you know, the performance
There was
of the...
none.
I'm making this up as I go.
There was 3 keyboards, though. That was cool.
Ooh, Broadway companies take their keyboards really seriously, by the way. I'm interjecting with this because otherwise I'll forget. But, like, we were loading out keyboards for, not Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, but the second Broadway show that came to the place that I work, and I can't remember what it was. The people who worked it were kind of rude, though, so that's probably why it's not memorable. But, like, their keyboards, they were like, do not drop this case. The keyboards in there are, like, many thousands of dollars. Like, you drop this case, we're going to be real mad at you. Also, speaking of many thousands of dollars, Broadway budgets are incredible. Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, Broadway touring production, had bleached ostrich feather fans that each fan, and there were 6 of them, cost $8,000.
Oh my god. Why on earth would
And
that
a Broadway
be a thing?
budget can afford 6 of them as props to be used in one 3-minute song.
That's
Among all the
ridiculous.
other props and costumes they have, the coat, by the way, was over $10,000.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, why?
Like, Broadway level theater is phenomenal.
That's crazy.
Also, having a budget of more than, like, $10 is, like, every theater person's wet dream, so, like, it's incredible. I'm so sorry for interjecting. You can talk more about Phantom.
She said she was done.
Well, like, what did you think of the actors and actresses?
Okay, when we
Alice
were
was-
on there's like 3 levels. There's the orchestra, and then there was 3 mezzanines. Or like 3 balconies, whatever. So we were on the topmost one. But like in the case with Hamilton, there wasn't like a bad seat in the house. So, yeah, the chandelier was pretty cool. The effect of
Sweet.
them pulling off the dusty thing from the beginning. Like, the beginning of Phantom is they're like,
At the auction.
yeah, they're auctioning off all of
Such
his
a cool
old possessions. And
I've
with
only seen
the
movie, but...
yeah, with the chandelier, like, it was covered up first, and then like the overture came on, and like the cover like got sucked into the chandelier,
Oh.
and the lights flickered, and there was like fireworks and stuff coming off of it.
Fireworks?
Yeah, like legit like little firework things coming
Dang.
off.
Awesome. Broadway!
And like I literally started tearing up when the first overture came on.
Oh boy.
And
Me
then
during Wicked.
It was okay.
It was okay. Yeah, alright.
No, it was pretty
It was
good.
pretty
It
good.
was pretty good. I legitimately started tearing up in the overture. It was pretty good.
Well,
That
this was
super
like
cool
number
with the
1 on
chandelier
my
stuff.
bucket list.
I
So,
wanna see
So it
No,
was
that's-
pretty.
that's
So it was
fair.
pretty good.
but then what else? The Phantom is the second Black Phantom that has ever played Phantom, and his voice was magical. He was probably the best person,
Mm.
out of the whole cast. The Christine was kind of, I don't know. I didn't like her diction.
Oh.
It's probably getting really picky and chorally picky, but
You're allowed to be.
yeah, Phantom was the best by far. He had that like rich molasses voice that Phantom needs.
Nice.
And then
like a deep voice.
oh yeah.
Mm.
And then they had
Deep voices are like
Surround
so
Is the
sound
Phantom
and
supposed to
stuff.
have a deep voice in?
I don't know. He's
That
supposed
one
to
guy
be,
was like a tenor.
smooth like
or
butter.
something.
But
Yeah, she has a really beautiful.
From that one
voice.
Korean game show that I watched, one of the contestants like did a Phantom of the Opera song because she like did it professionally or something. I don't know. So she had like that one guy who literally played the Phantom of the Opera for like Broadway come and perform it with her on the show.
Huh.
Ramen.
What?
Ramen.
I don't know what the guy's
Kareem.
name was.
He's
No.
Ramen Kareem was like he's been Phantom
No, I don't think
for
so.
like 20 years of his life.
I think his
So-
name was like Brad or something. I don't know.
Ooh, that boy has made some good money then, especially if he's Broadway Phantom.
Yeah, but then
I think
what else?
he's
The
somewhat-
stage was like pretty astonishing. Like I wonder how many trucks they had to haul that around with, because they had 2 balcony, like the balconies where like you're supposed to keep box 5 like open for Phantom or whatever in the musical, because that's where his box is and whatever.
Mhm.
So they had like rotating panels. So like one side was the balcony, and then it turned into like these cobblestone kind of walls to like change the scene that way. And then they had this like almost like a rotating like half circle, I guess. Like it was a humongously tall wall. It was as tall as the stage. And one side had like all of the stuff coming out of it, like it kind of formed a barrier and like changed the set. And then when it was like turning around and like the outer wall of the circle was facing the stage, that was like how Phantom got down to like past the river from the opera house. So like the top of it was like this little like mining area that looked like it was like underneath the stage. And then literally when he leads Christine down to the river or whatever, like outside of this sphere pops out like with the music stairs just suspended in like the off of this. So it was just the tech kids that were behind me were sitting there like literally internally screaming that whole part because they could like, it was beautiful.
Really,
So yeah, Brad Little,
really cool.
who became
Brad
the Phantom in
Little.
1996, joined the world tour of it in 2004, turned to the role in the current world tour in 2012. He's one of only 4 men who played the role of the Phantom over
Move that so it's
2,000
not
performances.
in between my
Dang.
legs, because
Yeah.
then I can't move.
Ah,
Yeah, yeah.
And then
It's gonna make a lot of noise, maybe.
it's whatever.
what else? Then I still hate Raoul.
He
That's
was
never gonna
Raoul in
change.
1994 or something.
Oh, I hate Raoul.
That was
I.
2
It's
years
no offense to
before.
even the person who's singing. It's just I hate
He's
the
just not a
character.
good character.
No, I hate him.
Well, that's fair.
Could be just because he's not a good person. He
I
could be a
just
good
hate him.
character still.
I hate him.
Like,
Still don't think he's a good character.
I hate him.
Like, just like...
you're
want
allowed to
fans-
dislike
like,
characters, though, but still appreciate, like, an actor putting
Yeah.
their work into
I
it.
just hate the character of Raoul.
Like,
anyway,
Hating the character doesn't mean he's not a good character.
true.
I
He,
also
he
don't-
might still be a bad character.
I just don't think he... I don't think he's a good character.
no. That's why there's also a little-known sequel to Phantom called Love Never Dies, and in that,
Yeah, I've heard. About
Raoul
that.
is basically the bad guy, so it makes my heart good. It makes good. It's also on YouTube. The Australian production has a recording, so check that out. What else? Oh yeah, and then at the end, when Phantom is like kind of going crazy and whatever, and then he like says that he loves Christine, I had like tears in my eyes, and I think it's the first time I've cried in public in like years.
Oh boy.
God.
So that was fun.
At me.
And
watching
then
Wicked.
You cried watching Wicked?
Oh, of course. How can you not cry during For Good?
I don't think
I
I ever
didn't.
cried during
I cried. I also cried during Defying Gravity, but I was just like feeling it.
yeah, so that final overture then. And I think also one of my other favorite parts
Maybe I
was the
cried
fact
it
that
the
we
first
were
time I saw it.
so high up we could see into the pit. So like they had 3 keyboards. One was strictly for piano, one was sound effects, and the other one was like strictly for organ. And watching the organist just like play the overture was beautiful. But yeah, it was really awesome. And it was a fun time to go with my sister and the choir kids, so
Fun.
there you go.
I mean, there you go. But it was just pretty okay. You know?
It was
It's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good.
I mean, if I saw it in London with the 25th anniversary cast, I don't think anything would ever trump that.
Apparently my cousin, when I posted that thing on Facebook...
about Hamilton. Again.
Yeah.
Back to
Because she
Hamilton.
loves Hamilton. She's like life-changing or whatever, and she saw it. She saw it in Chicago. I think she might have seen it again in New York, maybe. I don't know. I know she's for sure seen it in Chicago, but then my grandma was like, did you know she's going to see it in London next year? And I was like, okie dokie. I didn't know it was going to London, but alright. Just, yeah.
It's kind of a random thing. It's like, oh my god, and just like, did you know she's doing this next year? And it's like, okay, sure, okay.
My grandma does that.
One other random thing I found interesting was like Eliza or whatever. Yeah, Eliza. The actress for her wasn't like, it was like her first actual like musical, but she was like in American Idol.
Oh.
She got to like the top 36 or something.
Interesting.
And that was like her previous experience or whatever, and it was like, that's kind of funky. She was really good.
That's interesting.
But it was just random.
I think if I had a dream...
Oh, she was also Miss California or whatever. That was her,
Oh
like,
boy, me
her
too.
experience.
And she was like top
Miss
10 of like
California,
Miss...
blah blah blah, top 10 Miss Universe, or maybe Miss America.
Yeah.
And then it was like a top 30 American Idol.
You shouldn't
season,
move your legs
whatever.
next to the mic.
Yeah, literally,
Microphone.
don't be dumb with the mic by your feet.
Don't move my whole body because my leg itches.
Well, unfortunate, isn't it?
Life is hard.
Life is hard.
First world problems.
I have an itchy leg.
Right.
I can't move because the $100-some microphone might
So-
kick
so-
up in movement.
So dream show
Okay.
at a dream locale.
Uh-huh. Where you going with this?
Sorry, I was reading some text.
Yeah.
Then stop.
I know. Dream show to dream locale would be William Shakespeare's Macbeth in the Globe Theatre.
What?
Mostly because I love Shakespeare. I
never
love
read Macbeth.
We went to see it with...
Macbeth is my favorite play.
It's the Scottish play, you can't say
We're
it.
not in a theater.
I know.
We're in a bedroom.
Yeah.
So I can say it, and when I'm in the theater department, I will never utter the words. But it's my favorite play.
Wait,
it is.
under what word?
You don't say
Macbeth.
it in a theater space because it's a
Why?
curse.
Because it's a curse.
Oh my god.
Look, I don't believe
And
in
did
it.
you say Bloody Mary 3 times? She comes out of the mirror.
That's why you say it into
God.
that's why you say it into your rear view mirror in your car, so she has to run. So she has to run to catch up while you're driving on a freeway.
Oh my god.
Post.
But
Oh.
yeah, that's my dream show to see or to produce or to do something with because it's my favorite play. I can't even give like a reason
We
why.
had really
I
good
just-
seats to see that.
I love it
in,
a
like,
lot.
Chicago-y.
We could touch them.
Also,
They spit on me.
Lady Macbeth is
Yeah.
is a great character.
I literally had spit on me.
Yeah. We were like second row or something because the one girls wanted to sit in the front row because they couldn't see because they were short or whatever.
Yeah,
Do you
and then we got
guys-
spit on. So
Do you guys want
it's
to know
good.
the best part of being an actor?
What? You get to spit on people?
No, you want to know what's the even better part of being an actor? So here's an experience from The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, the play that I was in. There's a point where the actor who is playing Brom Bones, he like, you know, there's spit that comes out of his mouth because he's projecting, but he would project turning towards me, and I would have my mouth agape because I was shocked. And the amount of times I would feel spit land on my tongue was amazing. It was astronomical. And something you learn as an actor is you're literally just like, after the first time, you're like, well,
No.
that's fine. So I got spit in my mouth every performance, and we performed the show probably 15 times
God.
at various
Ew.
elementary schools. It was a good time.
That's fucking disgusting.
Yeah, you're freaking telling me, my dude. But also you get over it. It's just an actor thing, I guess.
Ugh.
Just like if you're like nervous about.
Was it an actor that you would worked with like in a Midsummer Night's Dream? Had you made out with him already?
No. First of all, in A Midsummer Night's Dream, we didn't make out.
Well, yeah.
We did stage kisses, which
Yeah,
involved
yeah.
no tongue.
Well, die.
But like, well, here's the thing. Wouldn't fucking care if I had to kiss someone with tongue on stage. I'd be like, all right,
I
whatever.
feel like there's not a lot of things where you would have to kiss somebody with tongue.
No, I know, but like,
Maybe.
if the director was like, I want you to use tongue, I'd be like, I don't care if the other
'Cause, like,
person's
that's
cool
not,
with
you're
it.
not really gonna see that from like far away. That's
Well,
like,
you
wow,
need to
that's
keep
really
in mind the
tell.
space. For A Midsummer Night's Dream, we were in a black box theater where the furthest row back was 3 rows in.
Okay.
No matter where you were, you could see everything.
Well, I'm thinking of like.
Oh no. If you're doing a
theaters.
huge theater, no way. They're not
Exactly.
going to care that much about details like that because only the people in the front would notice.
Exactly.
So you just have to be aware of your space. That's a theater thing.
Oh.
In fact, for the design portion of KCACTF, all the presentations I listened to, the number one question that was asked by all of the reviewers was, what size theater were you designing for?
Mm.
Because the size determines what you should do. Does anyone have anything else to add to this conversation? Because we are at the 40-minute mark.
I'm cool.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Sure, why not?
You got anything, Abby? Well, since we hit the 40-minute mark, I would like to say thank you very much to you guys for tuning in and listening to this installment of the musical podcast. And if you have any topics that you would like us to talk about, feel free to leave them down below. Give the video a like if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't already, because we have awesome new content that comes out pretty much every day now, with Control Freaks having officially launched.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you all so much for tuning in again. Until next time, stay awesome. Read more smut, because I'm just going to reuse that for everything. But yeah, thank you guys so much, and we'll see you in 2 weeks with
I
another
missed
exciting
this month. We should
installment.
get back to that.
We'll get there. I promise.
Once Clockwork is done.
Join us for another exciting installment of Friends Forever Podcast. Bye!
Bye.
Oh, good.